Hey guys, thanks for listening this morning. I appreciate the discussion and your comments as well. Some of you made some really great points, and that's productive. That's healthy. That's conversation, and that's working through issues rather than small, short-sighted thinking and rallying against staff. If you can't follow the rules in a place like this, um, I whether you like staff or not, whether you like them personally or their attitude or treatment or whatever, if you can't just stay on the straight and narrow here, that's why we worry. That's why we try to hold the line for you guys and hold you accountable, is because we're trying to prep you for the world where you're not going to have the same types of supports. It's just reality. Sometimes we're largely on our own, and you don't have support available to you 24/7 like you do here. And that's what it is. It's support. Yesterday's video, I just felt like I got kicked in the stomach a little bit by you guys. That's why I reacted the way I did yesterday afternoon, with disappointment, because yesterday I really tried to make it clear to you guys that staff, whether it's their personal style, their working style, their communication style, or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're all different and we all communicate differently. The bottom line is staff is looking out for you. This is a tough job, and not a single one of these wonderful people went into this field thinking I'm going to ruin some kids' lives. That's what I want to do. No, they came into this field knowing that there are kids out there that need help. Maybe they had their own experiences, maybe whatever, but they want to change that for kids, and for them to get cussed up and down and have a whole unit rally against them and all that. That's not what they signed up for. And, you know, for them to be accused of not doing their job correctly or anything like that, if you have those feelings, there's a way to get those across, and there's an appropriate time for that. But if you got to deal with the consequence at the moment, you got to deal with the consequence at the moment, and then we'll get to it afterward. But you have to learn that patience. Otherwise, the world is not going to be kind to those reactions. It's just not. Trying to teach you that now. You guys gotta, like it says over my shoulder, you gotta think bigger and lead better. That's what we hope for you guys. I had two friends take their own lives yesterday, and then the young man from Midland Dow, and we're here worrying about point loss, 5 point loss, whatever, little ticky tack little things, and I'm sorry, but you got, for any of you that are carrying an ego where that 5 point loss hurts that much, you got to chuck that out the door and humble yourselves. And we've talked about this. Those of you that this resonates with, we've talked about this. I want leaders out of this building. I don't want you guys to leave this place unaffected, unchanged, and thinking that it's the world's fault. No, it starts here, man. It starts here. I told you guys again my story about how I was rattled out of that mindset of being able to do and say whatever I wanted because I'm a superstar athlete. I've had a bad life up until this point, and so everybody should just give me a pass because I'm me. I'm Ryan. I'm Ryan Griffiths. What are you talking about? Curfew? Forget that. No, I needed that, and I'm very, very grateful that it happened. I needed that wake-up call, and that's exactly what we're trying to do for you guys right now, is wake you up, break that cycle. So stay on that mindset. You guys got to view this differently. Think bigger. This is bigger than what your short-term sight can see. It's life-changing, hopefully, for you guys. This is an opportunity more than anything. And those of you that have the ability to lead, I'm calling on you. I'm calling on you. Lead in the right way, in a positive way. Lead for change. If you want to see change in the way staff and kids interact, let's talk about it. But let's do it in an appropriate, a safe, and healthy, productive way, because that is the way to go. I heard you this morning, those of you that had your comments, which were good ones, right? That the way you feel in those types of interactions, or the lack of modeling that you got as far as healthy conflict resolution, yes, all of that. I agree with you. But knowing that, right, we can't just give you a pass to go and do whatever you want, because that's exactly my point. Is if that would have happened to me, I would not be here with you today. But it did. I was put in check. That's what we're trying to do. And now I know There are certain boundaries, there are certain limits, there's a way to interact, there's a way to get through conflict and come out stronger together on the other side of that. You guys have that opportunity. You're not, this isn't a one-way street. Like, we listen to you. Staff very much listen. You guys made great points this morning that I think a lot of staff thought about. I know I did, and we hear that. So keep it up, man. Lead, but don't follow. That's small-minded. That's small to follow just because. Why? You got your whole life, and I really emphasize that with you guys this morning, knowing, that I experienced a couple losses yesterday, a couple really devastating losses. You don't have time to waste. You don't have energy or emotion to waste on small-minded stuff. You got your whole life to think about, and we're trying to help you build that life and get out there and do it right. So there you go. Break that cycle. Think bigger, lead better.